So in crocodile, you want to start just resting your forehead down on your arms and take in the support of the earth. Even if you're not outside, if you're just on the ground wherever you are, feel that support from the ground. And take as long as you need here, even though I'm not going to spend a long time since I'm recording. You might take time pressing your body down in different regions. So like sometimes I like to press my knees down and let my pelvis feel that sensation. And then sometimes I like to press my hip bones down and feel that sensation. And then elbows down, you know? So kind of play around with what your body needs today. From here, you might bend your knees and do some swaying to also check in with your hips, your back, the line of energy from feet up the spine. And then you might find your Sphinx pose arms. Press the elbows down, lift your chest. Maybe flex your feet, keep your knees bent. Anchor yourself and take a couple deep, attentive breaths. From here, I'm going to take my left arm down first, and my right arm is going to be shoulder rounded in, back behind. Let your right shoulder fall to the ground. And then, please don't knock the phone over. No. No. Okay. And wind is done. Take your right arm out to the side. Palm, as you're swinging that right arm forward, palm reaches forward. Take that right arm up, left leg up. Let your head relax a bit and hold for a couple of breaths. And we're going to switch sides. Swim the left arm back, right arm comes under you. Rest your head down and let your left shoulder collapse to the ground. When you feel ready, lift your head. Swim the left arm forward. Let the palm face forward or face out once it's forward. And then right leg lifts, left arm lifts. Hold, breathe. So if that felt really good to you, you could do it again on each side. Or you could rest in your crocodile. So up to you. I'm going to press up into a seal moment. And then back to Sphinx arms and sway the legs. When I sway the legs from here, so say my legs are going to the left, I'm going to press down through my knees and elbows and really lift up through my center. And then do the same thing to the other side. Okay, now I'm going to come into a reclined twist from here. Right arm comes out to the right, so you lift your elbow. Make space to weave the left arm under. So in that process, your right knee starts to slide forward and your left shoulder comes down, right arm starts to open up. So then you get to shimmy your way into your reclined twist that works best for you. And we're going to stay here for a moment. Nice long moment. And again, if you really need to stay longer, please do. I'm going to start to take the right arm up and over and maybe reach past my left arm for just a moment. And then take the right hand to the ground to help you shimmy back to your stomach. And if you need a moment in Sphinx, that could be helpful, that could be useful. When you're ready for the other side, left arm out to the left with a little room for your right arm to slide under. As you lower the right shoulder, your left knee can bend out to the side, and you start the transition opening up to your twist. So some of you might let your left knee come away from the ground. Some of you might like shoulders to the ground instead, or vice versa. And just invite in some slowness. Attention to what your body needs, what your spirit needs. To hold and release, and hold and release all that life brings us. We're going to take that left arm, reach it over, reach it past your right arm for a moment, and then take your left hand to the ground to press back up. And then we're back in Sphinx. Sway it out, shake it out. From here, you're going to keep your elbows down and see if you can lift yourself up to work your way into dolphin position. So dolphin, you are on your elbows and you start to find, here first, this is like a polar bear pose. You're on all fours, but you're on your elbows instead of your hands. And so just first start to sway the hips side to side, maybe take some cat-cow-like movement. Maybe kick each leg back. And then if you feel ready for it, you'll take down dog legs within this position. So I'm going to have my palms down, anchor through the forearms and the palms, and lift the hips up. You can bend your knees, maybe tap the knees to the ground and lift back up. And then drop the knees down, lift to table. So in table, I'm going to invite you to move your wrists in different ways, just kind of walk around with it, move your knees back to where it feels comfortable. And then take your lateral arm raises. So I'm going to take my right arm up and then move into thread the needle. So you're going to weave that right arm under, and once your head and shoulder drop down, see if you can anchor your knees so that your hips might stay pretty level. And the anchoring of your knees and the moving of your left hand around can help you adjust where your pelvis needs support. Okay, so take a moment to figure that out for your body. When you're ready to come up, we're going to go right into the left hand, left knee, side plank variation. So you're just going to open yourself up, maybe float the right leg up. Just notice how that feels. And maybe you stretch over, take a big circle. And then we're gonna come back to table. And we're gonna do the thread the needle now to the other side. Left arm up to the sky. Weave it under. Left shoulder down. I'm gonna move my right arm out to the side so that I can anchor to the earth to support my sacrum, my low back and hips. When you're ready to come up, you're gonna go right into now your right side plank. All we can do is laugh, right? You just have to laugh at these moments. Good. Take your experience on this side. And then come back to your table. Maybe take some cat-cow. I'm going to move us right into a low lunge. So you can get there by stepping the right foot out to the right and walking the foot forward, or you can just directly step the right foot forward. I'm going to anchor the left hand down and sweep the right arm up and out. From here, curl the back toes under, runner's lunge. Rock back to pyramid, so both legs straighten to your ability. You might fold forward, you might not. And comes the wind again. Let's see if my phone blows over. Oh my gosh. You know, some people would just call it a day. And maybe I should, but I'm not going to. I quite frankly don't have the capacity to try to record again later. So this is what you get. You get the raw experience here. From low lunge, I'm going to find warrior one. Or we were in pyramid actually. So from pyramid, just going to come up, bend into your front knees, sweep the arms, maybe find your cactus arms for strength. And then go ahead and take your flow of choice. Maybe it's just a cat-cow. Maybe it's just coming to your stomach and taking a low cobra. Maybe a down dog, but maybe not. Maybe child's pose, right? And then we're going to take the other side. So then left foot forward, low lunge. Right hand stays down. Windmill the left arm open. And then I'm going to come to runner's lunge. And pyramid. From there, warrior one. And then release again to however you need to release. Child's pose, down dog, plank. You might just want to hold a plank. my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna keep laughing. Because I'm not at home, I don't have my like stuff, you know? I don't have my ring light or things. Good, sit for a moment. You know, with the little kids that I teach, this week we've been doing some Halloween yoga. And sitting in hero's pose, I just had them become owls. Our wings tucked in, and just turn your head. Nice and slow to each side. Notice if your shoulders need to drop down more. Maybe hands to stomach and heart. Okay, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep trying, and if the wind comes back, we'll just see where we land. This next sequence, I'm gonna have us start in tree pose. From tree, we'll then step back to our warriors and do a sequence from there. So in tree, I know, I'm sorry Linus, it's okay. I'm gonna balance on my right leg first, find tree. Balancing on my left leg, actually. Left arm out to the left, right hand on the heart, right on the chest. Left hand meets the right hand at the chest center, and then see if you can stay balanced to lunge back. And so we're going to find our warrior two from here. Open the arms out, palms up, maybe adjust your hips a bit. Take a moment in peaceful warrior. Come forward, side angle. From side angle, let your top arm kind of graze your face and come down to the ground. Swivel your legs into your wide leg straddle position. And you can decide if you want to fold or stay at straight arms. We'll stay here for a few moments. Now from here, I'm going to move right into my triangle pose. So I'm going to crawl the hands back to the front foot, which is my left foot. Angle that left foot back like you had it for warrior two. And then decide if you want to keep the hand to the ground, leg straight, or you can bring your hand up on your leg and open your chest and your ribs, your shoulder. Decide if you need to look down or up. And then bend into that front knee to come back up. Okay. From here, we're just going to make our way to the front of the mat, and I'm going to come into a chair pose. It's my protector. All right, now tree pose on the other side. So I'm going to stand now on my right leg, have my right arm out to the right, left hand to chest. right hand meets the left hand. Hold your center as you step back into warrior two. So again, maybe adjust your pelvis in alignment. Reverse peaceful warrior into side angle. Let your outer arm graze your cheek so you can come down into your wide leg. Straddle fold. And from there, finding your triangle. You're going to turn your outer foot back into warrior two position. Right hand down to the ground or on your leg as you open the chest, the ribs, the top arm. When you're ready to release, bend back into your front leg to come up, and then step forward for one more chair pose. Squeeze the legs together, sit down as deep as you can, and then pop up. All right. Maybe you take a sun salutation at this point, maybe a down dog. I'm just going to come down to my table. From table, cat-cow. Maybe another dolphin. You can start with leg kickbacks. From there, 90-90. So I'm going to flop to the left, take the left knee forward, and try to line up the right leg in a similar way. So you're creating the shape where you're kind of like landed off on your left side hip, outer thigh, but you're still trying to engage your center of your body, your torso, to face forward. So you start to decide from this position, will half pigeon pose be part of your practice today, or is this, or a figure four, more sustainable for you? So that's what we're doing here. We're just doing a check-in. And Linus loves this pose. Anytime I'm in this pose, he wants to like get in. I know. I'm sorry, but I have to do the other side. So now we're gonna lean back and sweep the legs. So you could take a moment to windshield wiper and go to the other side. I'm gonna create a little position for my pup. Maybe it's your cat at home or whatever you have. If you have creatures, maybe it's your toddler. Right. And going to fall. And phone, stay. And phone. Stay. We're going to do one more challenging thing. This is something that has been helping me this week. Also, this full moon today, right now, as I'm recording this full moon lunar eclipse day is in the Scorpio Taurus polarity. So it's the full moon in Taurus, but we're in Scorpio season. And so those regions of the body, if you're interested in this, take it as you wish, right? I don't swear by this. It's something I experiment with, right? Do I feel the connection of the neck, throat, cervical spine stuff being held there with my hips, pelvis, reproductive organs? So those are the areas with this moon. Oh, lioness. Okay, so from here, I'm going to take a moment to come up through a squat. So you can decide what kind of squat you want to do, and maybe you even add in a few like energetic squats. Shake it out. What we're going to do is half moon right into half pigeon. Okay, so if you know pigeon is not your thing, you might just lay on your back and do figure four. I'm going to start with the left leg again. So I'm going to start with left foot forward, right foot just like 2 feet back behind, so that you can bend both knees, bring your hands down. Take your left hand out on a diagonal from your left foot so that you can start to bend into the front knee and bring your body's load forward into that left hand. Begin to find your balance, lifting the back leg up. Find your gaze, find your balance first, and then start to slowly transition to open the hip. See if you can open the top arm. See if you can bring back triangle pose, side angle pose, all that we already practiced into this. Top arm comes down, and see if you can slowly reach it back like you're taking a runner's lunge. Heel toe the left foot across so you can land right in your pigeon. Good. Some of you might decide you need more extension in the spine moment. Some of you might need to collapse right away into your forward fold moment of pigeon. A few solid, attentive moments. I'm going to come out of this side through downward dog. So in order to get there, planting the hands, curling the right toes under to press to plank, and then down dog. And just kind of sway it out, shake it out. I'm going to walk hands and feet to one another, ending up in a forward fold, shake it out. And then anchor through those feet strong to come up to stand. Other side, step your right foot forward, left foot 2 feet back or so. Bend into your knees so that you can bring both hands down. Right hand goes out to a diagonal from the right foot. I like to stay on claw hand for this. You might have a block at home. You're going to bring your load forward so that you can just start by lifting the back leg up, checking in with your balance, checking in with your gaze, then seeing if you can open the hip, open the chest, engage and be. Top arm comes down. You're going to slowly release like you're coming into a runner's lunge. Heel toe the right foot across for your pigeon on this side. Again, you might decide to just do a seated figure four or a reclined figure four. this time to come out of it, I'm going to lean to the side to sweep the back leg around. Take a moment, windshield wiper, maybe a reverse table, aka crab. Maybe a butterfly pose. With a gentle twist to each side. And then onto your back. Last little moments for you that are going to feel interesting before your rest. So you could just take a moment to lie down, knees bent, feet to the ground, take a few pelvic tilts. Maybe arms back behind you. I'm going to take a few hip bridges. Wiggle the shoulders out. You might need to just do some constructive rest, not moving at all. I'm also going to take some time to lift the legs up, take some leg lifts. And then I'm going to take a reclined shoelace pose. So stacking your thighs, reaching up for your shins or your ankles, pulling those heels toward your hips. Maybe rocking around in it. Release when you're ready. Take a moment. Other side. Left leg stacks on top. And then release. So again, if it's too much to lie flat on your back, so if you have any lower back stuff or sciatica, things like that, it could feel better for you to let your feet come wide and the knees cave in. Wiggle your spine and shoulders out and rest. Set up your shavasana, legs up the wall, legs up a chair. Do the rest that you need. I'm going to turn this off because the last thing you need is my phone falling down again while you're trying to rest. But I hope that this brings you a little bit of laughter and ideas for moving your grief and feelings and this mid-autumn moment through your body. Thinking of all of you, and hope to see you soon.